Welcome to the self-myofascial release for your pelvis class. Some suggestions for props that could support your practice today include a yoga mat, a foam roller, a bolster, maybe some blocks or pillows, and some soft music in the background if that is supportive for you. So pause the video, gather your props that you want, and meet me in a seated position on your mat. Let's begin by orienting and centering ourselves as we arrive on the mat. Once settled, I invite you to have a soft gaze or close your eyes. This allows you to turn your attention inward with greater ease so you can observe your body and breath and ultimately develop a deeper connection to your center. Begin to notice how you're breathing. Do you notice a tendency to hold your breath? Are you breathing in a shallow manner? Does your breath feel quickened? Or do you notice a shortness of breath? Are you breathing freely and easily? Take time now to feel your breath slow down. Allow your exhale to be longer than your inhale. And maybe a little more time to pass between each breath. I invite you now to get a general sense of how you're doing. How is your body feeling today? Is there any sensations coming from different places in your body? Any emotions that are super close to the surface? Just get a general check-in of where you are. See if you can welcome yourself just as you are in this moment. Let's slowly transition to our first release, which is going to be for our respiratory diaphragm. You're going to lie on your foam roller under the area of your respiratory diaphragm, which is just below the rib cage. If you find that the foam roller is too hard, you could also use a pillow or a rolled blanket under your diaphragm. And you can also prop up on your elbows and have your forehead rested on a block as shown here. Then slowly lower down as the area softens and releases. This is your time to connect with your body and allow the releases to happen over time. So I won't be giving you any instruction for the duration of the release, which will be over 5 minutes. Once we're ready to move into the next pose, I will give you more instructions. If you feel like you want to have soft music in the background, please feel free to do that. But for the video, I'm not going to put any music so that if that's not something someone wants, they have that option. Begin to prepare your body to move. You can go into hands and knees. Maybe you'd like to do some cat-cows. Check in with how your diaphragm feels now. And when you're ready, we're going to stay in a position of lying down in this prone position. And you're going to move the foam roller or the blanket or pillow down to your lower abdomen. We're trying to access the psoas area. So you're going to soften through the front of your hips, and you'll feel your back start to open. And again, we'll be here for 5 minutes. Begin to get ready for the next pose. You can again be on your hands and knees, and you can do cat-cows. And when you're ready, we're going to now lie on your back. Once you're on your back, you're going to bend your knees and use your hands to bring them up towards your chest and out to the sides. We're going to gently push our knees outwards to lengthen through the inner thighs. If this stretch is too intense, you could bring your knees back down towards the floor, and you could fold pillows or towels and place them under your knees to give you more support and to lessen the stretch. Or, as you can see in the video, I have a pillow under my hips, which brings them closer to my hands and therefore an easier stretch. Once you find your position, we're going to hold this for 5 minutes to allow for the release. Once you're ready to move out of this position, you can bring your legs straight, or you can bend your knees at your knees and do windshield wipers. Once you're ready, you're going to find your foam roller and you're going to lie face up with the foam roller along your spine. If you're not comfortable on this foam roller, you can put a rolled up blanket underneath you. Once you're settled there, you can elongate through your arms and move them as though you're making a snow angel, stopping at any area of restriction and allowing it to release before moving your arms upward. Hold for 5 minutes and soften through the hips, the spine, the chest, the shoulders, arm, and neck. It's time again to move into a new position. So slowly you can kick one leg out straight and slowly slide off the foam roller if you're on it. You can bring yourself into a quadruped or on your hands and knees position. Take some time to do some movement here, like a cat-cow or a side to side. And if you have a bolster and pillows, you can bring those underneath you. And with your knees wide apart and your feet close together, you can gently lay your chest on the bolster. Once you're in this child's pose, you can gently lift the tailbone and lengthen through the inner thighs. You can soften through the hips and pelvis. And again, we'll be holding it for about 5 minutes to allow several releases to occur. If you wanted to practice some pelvic relaxation, you can think of the following imagery, which is that when you inhale, your sit bones would be coming apart. This is only imagery, they're not actually going to move, and your pelvic floor would relax. And when you exhale, those sit bones are coming closer together and your pelvic floor is contracting or lifting slightly. So inhale, sit bones go out further, pelvic floor relaxes. Exhale, sit bones come back together, and your pelvic floor contracts or lifts slightly. This is about the halfway point of this pose. So if your head is turned towards one direction, gently lift your head up and turn towards the other. When you're ready, come back on hands and knees and prepare to come into our last pose, which can be called corpse pose. This is where you lay down flat on your back. You can prop up as comfortable as you want to be. You could prop with either something under your head or some pillows under your knees. And it's time to go back to just concentrating on your breath and checking in after the poses that we've done and how your body feels now. What are the changes in your breath? What are the changes in the sensations of your body? What type of new thoughts have floated to the surface? What thoughts can now recede back into the recesses of your mind? Released, resolved. And ultimately, you can let it all go and allow yourself to be present with yourself as you integrate our practice. We are coming up on about 40 minutes of our time spent together. I encourage you to stay in this position for as long as you want, and I look forward to having class with you again.